my place, I ain't even playing my own game. The rules have changed, well I didn't know. There are things in my life I can't control. I feel the chaos around me, a thing I don't try to deny. I better learn to accept that there's a part of my life that will go away. Dark is the night, cold is the ground, and the sickle is silent in my heart. There's one that strives a hell to come. I am sure I come through, I don't know how. They say a name can be a start. Feels like a barbarian still out. I'm losing my battles on the tightrope. Tell me please, tell me please, tell me please, tell me please. If I ever feel better, remind me to spend some good time with you. You can give me your number. When it's all over, I'll let you know. If I ever feel better, remind me to
Bob, I'm looking at what Jack was talking about, and it's definitely not a particle that's nearby. It is a bright object, and it's obviously rotating because it's flashing. It's way out in the distance, apparently rotating in a very rhythmic fashion because the flashes come around almost on time. As we look back at the Earth, it's up at about 11 o'clock, about maybe 10 or 12 Earth diameters. I don't know whether that does you any good, but there's something out there.
get to know you.
How
phone's on silent.
Suspenseful.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Seneca Polytechnic Animation Leica Livestream 2024-2025.
We are streaming live from the Sandra Faire and Ivan Fecan Theater here at York University.
Woo! I am going to be your co-host today. I'm Barnabas Wornoff. I am the coordinator of the 2D stream and the mentor to the 2D students.
I'm Barney's sidekick, Mr. David Baas. I am the 3D students' production instructor and also allegedly their mentor.
Allegedly. Now, today, before we get to the cartoons and all the behind-the-scenes magic, we're going to do a few thanks. We're going to throw some thanks around.
That is correct. Without some of these behind-the-scenes folks, we wouldn't have anything to show tonight.
Yeah, so first up, the animation faculty. So all the way from our dean, our chair, all of our coordinators, our behind-the-scenes people. Please stand up if you are an animation professor and give them a round of applause, everybody. Woo!
And a couple of noted special thanks. Firstly to Mr. Sean Craig, the coordinator of this whole animation Megillah.
Woo, Sean Craig!
Secondly, is this stage left or right? That away, Mr. Steve Kawadi, coordinator of the 3D animation department.
Woo.
And Mr. Timothy Clark.
The
coordinator and Nerve Center of the Animation Arts Center.
Is the Nerd Center?
That too.
Okay, all right. We're going to now thank all the folks that aren't in the animation department. We had Tina, the chair of the media department. We have Alan, who's the coordinator of the broadcast television stream. We have Liz Ann, who is part of the corporate media productions or event media productions. And we have Stephen Morrissey back there running the show and all of the EMP students. So please give it up to all the folks that are supporting this.
And also thanks to the long-suffering family and friends who are here to support the aspiring filmmakers. So yeah, take the praise while you can get it. It'll be short.
Give it up for the families. Now, this animation Leica screening isn't like a normal cartoon screening, is it, Dave?
Well, no, it's not, Bernard, and I'll tell you why that is. This is a focus group screening, in that these films are works in progress, and the filmmakers will be taking constructive input to shape and hone these films for their finale at the end of the next semester.
So what we're doing is we're getting collective feedback within this fish tank. So in order to get all this feedback and to make these films as good as we can, we have a few panels that we put together today.
And the first panel we'd like to introduce is the presidential panel over there. And I would like to introduce, firstly, Mr. El Presidente himself, David Agnew.
David Agnew!
President of Seneca Polytechnic.
You guys got to sit out of the shadows. Sit forward a little bit if you can.
Lean dramatically into the light.
There we go.
Yes.
So David, we're watching an animation Leica screening today. Now, what exactly is a Leica?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Barney.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was planned. I like a cartoon. You like a cartoon. We all like a cartoon. That's where it comes from.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
He's good. He's good.
But now, if you put a capital L on the Leica, that means this is basically, from conception to final product, this is halfway in between. So it's kind of the storyboards meet sound, shot with the Leica camera. It's a Leica screening.
Perfect. Well, I couldn't have said it myself better. Thank you, David.
Happy to help.
Is he a graduate from our program?
I think so.
Huh. Okay. And another thing that is unique about this screening, this is the first time that we are presenting in 5.1 surround sound. And perhaps our dean, Mr. Kurt Mueller, could shed a little bit of light on that. What the heck is 5.1 surround sound, particularly the 0.1 part? I've always found that confusing.
I'm really glad you asked that question,
I'll
David.
bet you are, yeah.
So with 5.1 surround sound, you have a series of speakers. So you have the typical left and right stereo speakers, but you've also got left surround, right surround, and center, and then you've got a subwoofer for low frequency sounds like explosions.
How very interesting. So 5.1 actually equals 6. That makes no sense. Are we going to be hearing from all 6 of those speakers tonight, Kurt?
We better. I'm going to ask for my money back.
Okay, chill, Kurt. Admission was free.
Well, let's move along. Let's talk about the last new thing this year is we're doing 3D films. So we're doing 2 3D films, and we're going to ask the last member of our president's panel, John, what is the difference between a 2D and a 3D Leica?
Well, that's a great question, Barney. A 3D Leica film has 3Ds, and a 2D, only 2. So 2D animation 2, 3D animation 3.
All right. That's very simple to understand. I like that. Thank you, John.
Yes, very good. I'll expand on that a little bit. Basically, 3D is there's little puppets inside the computer. That's kind of how that works. Yeah, none of this is scripted, by the way. This is all. But anyway, I'd like to introduce the alumni panel brought here by the Seneca Alumni Association. I'm reading this because I don't want to get the name wrong. Thanks to Barry Neymark and the Alumni Association for your support in allowing this event to happen for us tonight.
Thank you, alumni. So we have 3 directors in our alumni past. We have Danny and Aberdeen from last year. They were both directors on cartoons. And we have Aaron, who was a director at the very first 2D stream back in 2016. So guys, tell us what films you did back in the day. Back in the day, all the way last year.
Back in the day, which is like back in April, which isn't even a year. But hey everyone, I'm Danny de Guzman, and I was the director of The Ballad and Skipjack and Atticus last year.
All right, hello, I'm Aberdeen Wasley. I was the director of Punked Pooch.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I was the director of Duca in our first ever hamster experimental 2D stream year.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. So I would say that now it would be time for our feature presentation, except this isn't a feature, it's all about shorts. So we'll get on to the meat and potatoes portion of the presentation.
Or the tofu and potatoes portion.
Potato. I would like to do the first introduction. One of the co-directors of our first piece, Gurtaj Malhi, is going to come up here and tell us a little bit about Glitchchaos.
Hey guys, I'm the co-director of Glitchchaos. Unfortunately, Danny May, my co-director, and also the film creator is not here because he's in Vietnam having fun, unlike us. So, main intention of the film, from Danny's perspective, was that he wanted our 3D year to express all our skills, kind of pack it into one crazy, awesome, flippant film. And that's what Glitchchaos is. It's just us showcasing our skill in a very nice story that Dave really helped us perfect. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that.
Terrible. Try again. Again. Too slow. You suck.
Huh?
Try again.
All right, that was our first film, Glitchchaos. Give it up again. Woo-hoo! We're pulling up members of our team, and we're going to jump directly to our president's panel. So panelists, you have 4 minutes to comment on our first cartoon.
Well, thanks, Bernie. I really enjoyed how much story was packed into such a short time. I mean, how long was that?
2 minutes of
Yeah.
story with 30 seconds.
Yeah, but the story arc was fantastic. The ending reminded me a little bit of that scene in Swingers. I don't know if any of you have seen the scene where the guys who almost had a gunfight are playing video games the next day, but I really liked that part. And the sound was really fantastic. I thought I did a great job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Second to all of that, there was a couple of really nice touches that I like. I thought I saw the monster guy smile when he was taking on the kid with that little V coming up. I thought that was a really nice touch. And it was a sweet ending. You know, you go from this angry kind of surprised all those weapons could appear so quickly, and then this nice little togetherness ending. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, any story that starts with a rage quit, I think, is good in my books. I love that you were pulling different elements from different video games. So anyone who's familiar with that genre is going to immediately associate those attacks and those weapons with the things that they've all played and loved and enjoyed.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, folks. All right, let's jump to our alumni panel. Alumni?
Okay, well, great concept. I absolutely was not expecting the ending where they got along, so it was a nice twist for me and also very heartfelt. I think in terms of feedback, the one thing that I'm stuck on is that scene where you have the split screen after he gets the sword transforms and he's about to go attack the robot guy. It was unclear to me as to why he struggled and then ended up falling down. So maybe instead of, I don't know if you could push either the expression on his face, or maybe instead of focusing on the expression, focus on maybe zooming in on his body action, push that pose to make it show that like, oh, the sword is weighing him down, just to make that a little bit more clear. But overall, good job, guys.
Thank you for that.
To add on, I think you guys made excellent use of the environment. You used a lot of elements like the bed and just used the space really well. And to use the sound effects, I think, like the other panelists said, it really made all the more impact and made the room feel lived in, and no pun intended, but three-dimensional. So it was a good combo for that. For feedback, more of a suggestion, but while watching it, I was just craving to see a bit more difference between the human character and the robot. So whether through animation or how you texture, the designs are already so different and cool. It's just like screaming for just a little more of a oomph to really establish like this is the real world and this is the virtual world. But overall, it was really impressive and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for that.
I think for the story through line, there's a clear distinction between like the robot eventually becoming his friend. It's not animosity, they're just having fun together. So a small suggestion would be to have that distinct after each interaction. So that at the beginning you suck, you fail, play again. I think play again, having each scene stuck in, like have it play again or try again after each interaction would sell that clearer.
Yeah, that's a good one, because we do plan on doing more stuff, but we really appreciate the feedback you guys have given us. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go into our presentation now. So roll the presentation and good luck playing along.
So, to start off, obviously Danny's not here, so I'm talking from his behalf. But as a co-director and film creator for Glitchchaos, Danny's main role was basically just working on the look, getting that look that we have perfected, nailed down. But not only that, Danny's a really creative guy. So the way he just pushes the team to be creative and let that creativity flow in while still remaining like organized and just on task is amazing. But those were Danny's words for that. Next up, Cho is going to talk a little bit about the modeling and how we modeled the two main characters. So here you go, Cho.
Hello, I'm Cho. I'm the modeling lead who modeled the boy character Soupy, and this is Mag, who modeled by Gurtaj. So what is 3D modeling? 3D modeler, we got the two-dimensional design and turned it into a three-dimensional artwork like that. The boy character Soupy is 10 years old boy who loves to play video games, so I tried to show his personality that he's very brave and enthusiastic, energetic. And this is a Mac character modeled by Gurtaj. He used a combination of ZBrush and Maya to get this amazing hard surface and get all the crazy detail. He also got a huge inspiration from Halo and Gundam. The prop modeling is introduced by Alyssa Sheridan.
So, the entire prop modeling team had a total of 8 to 9 people working on a total of 86 assets in about 3 months for Glitchchaos alone, on top of all our other roles. So it was a fun challenge trying to work out how all the props were going to work together in the room.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now we're going to talk about rigging, which is a big task. So to help with that, we did advanced skeleton. And basically what it did was it made the entire joint system for us, constrained the controllers and all that fun technically stuff, and basically reduced the making of a rig down to like 90% of the time. And then for the props, we once again use a really simple rig that is interactive with the advanced skeleton rigs, like you can see next with Soupy holding the sword. So shouts out to advanced skeleton, shouts out to riggers, because it's a crazy task, but we still managed to pull through.
I'm also look development lead. So finding the right look for our film consisted of me and the art director, Danny, going back and forth on ideas on how it can be executed in 3D. Now, you could probably tell we probably pulled a lot of inspiration from Spider-Verse, Arcane, and other movies as well. At first, Danny wanted to hand paint all the assets, but our team consisted of only 4 people, including me and Danny, so there had to be a better way. And that led us to creating procedural painted textures in Substance Designer that we used to texture the entire room. Now, this leaves the video game assets that needed to be distinct from the rest of the look. So we used a more realistic style to give it that out-of-world feeling. Later, we also plan on taking this into Unreal, where we'll experiment with the lighting, shading, and VFX to get that whole video game feel.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm one of the VFX leads for Glitchchaos. We were heavily inspired by the 2D effects done in Arcane, and we wanted to replicate them in the film. Hariam and Arusha did a crazy job at doing all the 2D effects, like the ripping of the TV screen and electricity on the mech in such a short amount of time during sequence week. And this is just the beginning, and we're planning on adding a lot more effects in the future. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kushbri, and I'm the sound lead for Glitchchaos. I work closely with Danny, one of the co-directors, to make sure the film sounded similar to like a video game. And for this, we had to find sounds that weren't super realistic, and we layered a lot of effects on top of each other to create an epic sounding atmosphere for the film.
So that is the presentation for us, but honestly, I directed it, but these guys put in majority of the work, not only them, but the rest of the 3D stream as well, so I feel like they deserve a round of applause just for the crazy amount of work they did, yo. So yeah.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're moving on to the last part. We got 4 minutes for audience questions and suggestions. So we're gonna throw it out to you guys. Does anybody have anything that Glitchchaos them wrong that they could think would be better? Put up your hand and we'll bring you a microphone.
Hands. Gracie?
Hands. Sure, down there. No, don't. We got people. We got people for that.
Damn. Didn't know we had help.
You're famous.
Thank you so much. Oh, hi. I really love your production. I love what you've done. You guys are like a group of like just highly, insanely talented people, and the amount of assets that you guys have is insane. My only question about the final part is that, were you guys planning on making like the robot kind of like grab it, the video game a little bit?
Grab it in the sense like the last scene when they're playing video games together? Or
No, like when it fell off like the shelf, right?
oh, when it fell off the shelf. For that, it was just like, the mech is actually about to like kind of like, I don't want to say kill, but like end Soupy, but then the game falls right in his laps and they both look at the game, and then they're like, wait, let's play the game. So like, that's where that storyline kind of goes into.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Great. Next, we got
Thank you.
another one up there, I think.
Oh, right there.
Hi, I'm just curious, what were the main video game inspirations, I guess, for the story?
So the video game inspirations, we had Halo for the gun. We had Sonic at one point. We had a lot of Street Fighter. What else, guys? We had Street Fighter. Now we're just blanking. So, Street Fighter. We had Halo for sure. And Super Smash Bros. With the sound effects came in a lot. And then with the explosion, we went into like, I guess not video game, but like Akira and all that stuff later on. Yeah. There's more stuff, but I'm just blanking right now.
All right, another question up front.
We have a hand right there.
Hi there. Amazing film, you guys. My only feedback is I was a little bit lost on when he chased up to the robot. There was a cut to his legs, and then he was running sideways, and then we cut to his legs, and we cut back. I think maybe we can try to tweak that scene where he's charging at him to make it a little bit more clear, because I think the sudden close in on his feet and then back out was a little bit confusing for me because I couldn't see the whole action. It was such a big action. I think that would be my only feedback.
Yeah, I had the fun task of doing the sword previs, and that was a shot that kept being our sequence that kept being reworked, because originally it didn't really make sense, and I tried my best to have it be this like epic, fast bullet time shot where he's running up. He uses his watch to transform into the sword, and then mid-air, like all that momentum that he had running up and transforming the sword is kind of lost in that slow sequence where he falls back and kind of realizes the weight of the sword is way too heavy. But I definitely appreciate all the feedback because it needs a lot more work making it more clear what's going on. And yeah, we will go back to the drawing board to get it perfect.
All right, that's it for now. Thank you. If you have more questions, you guys just post them on Discord, and you guys email them in. Thank you so much, you guys. Glitchchaos, give it up. One more.
Okay, take her Oscar and get off stage. Okay, so now it's time to introduce our next piece, and I'd like to introduce you to Lizzie Bartlett, the writer-director of our next piece with the mysterious title, Noodle Mafia.
Hi everyone, I'm Lizzie Bartlett, the creator and director of Noodle Mafia. This idea came to me even before I went to animation school. I have a big love for terrible puns, and so I had this thought of criminals calling each other, or pasta criminals calling each other soft or cooked as an insult. And so began the Noodle Mafia comic strip, and now with the help of my amazing team, it has become its entire little world. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Let's roll it.
Thank you.
Let go of me, man. That's my arm. Rigatoni, let go.
Set him down.
Boss, what's going on?
You know, Mac, that mistake you made cost me a pretty penny. My pretty penny.
Huh? Ah, penny.
Oh, penny.
Oh, Mac.
Hey! Listen while the boss is talking to you.
Christ, you're disgusting. Keep your sauce away from me.
Boss, please. It's not what you think. There's an imposter in the gang.
Shut it, macaroni. It's too late. You've gone soft.
Boss, should we shatter him?
Nah, that's too simple. Boil him.
Boss, you can't do this. Get your hands away from me. Rigatoni, Alfredo, you've known me since we were just boys in boxes. Please don't do this. My life's full of possibilities.
Sorry, Mac. You heard the big cheese. You know we have to do this.
Wait,
Get
Tony!
up. Go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Get in there. Mamma mia. Ugh.
It's the end of a marinara.
Ah, poor kid.
Hey man, that's too bad. I like the kid. Hey, the Gloom-Free gang's moving in, you see? We gotta cover that territory. That's all I'm saying. Mother of pasta.
Oh, Maron, shoot!
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop! No. No, 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 no! Boys! What did I do to you? I'll make this right.
I take it the deed is done?
Not entirely, boss.
What?
Boss? Mac,
Where the hell is the big cheese?
The big cheese. No, no, no. It's just mac and cheese.
Come on up, Noodle Mafias. Give it up for the Noodle Mafias. It's hard work getting that many pasta puns in there. Pasta puns. That's fine. You can talk in there, yeah. All right, President's panel.
Do your worst. No, I like it a lot. That was great humor. It really was. I appreciate. I mean, corny puns, absolutely. I was trying to think of one to give myself in the pasta theme. But I mean, it was fun. It was. I loved the animation. I love the. I don't even know what you call it. The real shots mixed in with the. I'm not an expert, but it just worked for me from beginning to end. It was fun, and you obviously had a lot of fun making it.
I agree. I thought it was really, really funny. We were cracking up while we heard, even though some of the puns were a little painful to hear, but they were really good. I really liked how you employed a lot of the typical mafia tropes from mafia movies in the film, and I thought you had some really great scenes. The scene where he's about to die in the boiling pot, the way that was put together, I thought was really great. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Not since Macaroni Middler have I seen so many pasta jokes all in a short. You packed a huge story into a very short period of time. There's so much in that, but I do want to give special shout out to those flashbacks to the live action pieces. Brilliant. I love those. And not just but you have some great lighting in there. And the President's Choice call out at the end. I hope you get sponsorship on those bottles. That was really good too. Really, really good. I don't know how many puns you actually got in there, but per second, this has got to be a record. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, let's jump to the alumni.
Okay, so I'm gonna be the third person to say this, but I also extremely love the mixed media aspect of it, where we go from 3D and then suddenly it's literal pieces of pasta on sticks making out. That was great. I think one of my feedback is just maybe more of a suggestion for the end. You know, the noodle who knocks on the door and then discovers that Mac is sitting in a bowl of cheese. Maybe it would be nice to see like a cut maybe to his expression so we can see like how he's reacting to the fact that his boss is now, you know, melted and his coworker is sitting in him.
Yeah. What we wanted to do with that is because we were suddenly introducing a new character, we didn't want to like be like, here's this new character, here's everything about him. But there are actually some considerations going on right now to have Penne, Mac's love and secret affair, come back and be the one to find her lover, having killed her father. So that's, but I will definitely add in a front face if we end up keeping the character.
Okay, awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Great. For mine, I am the fourth person, but I really enjoyed the jokes and puns, and I appreciate how they were so rapid fire that even if they were kind of stinkers, it's okay. It's a little stinky, you know. And also, it kind of establishes, too, in this world that it's just so casual of pastas joking about pastas. Like, it's just an average Tuesday for them. So I really appreciate that. For feedback, I feel like it would be cool to see a bit more retaliation from Mac when he first gets pulled away. Maybe some lines of to further explore, like, what exactly he's in deep trouble for. You know, like I'm innocent, you know, I never would have hurt her, you know, some just a little more of a hint to that, I feel like would boost that emotional kind of like, oh, I gotta get revenge or whatever towards Mac and the big cheese. But overall, very, very solid, very pasta-y. It makes me kind of hungry, but you know, that's besides the point.
Thank you.
Did they pull out real pistols? What were they shooting with?
Yeah, so that's, they're supposed to have like straws that are guns, but we had a bit of trouble in the end with the rigging and stuff, so it ended up just being their hands for now. But it's a noodle world. We don't know if there's secretly noodle bullets in there.
No idea.
So, but yeah, we're gonna add guns in the future.
Does he turn into a noodle monster? Is that what he's like swiping with? Okay. Okay. And the last line, it's just mac and cheese, I think could use a bit of a pause and then more gravitas at the end.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, let's roll L presentation.
Alrighty, so we have a very small team, as you may have heard from Glitchchaos. Only 12 people between 2 films. The pipeline for 3D is 15 steps. So 12 between 30, 2 films. That's a lot. So it was a bit of a struggle, but we did prevail. As you may have seen, I really enjoyed working on the live action shots. It was really fun for me and Alyssa to create crappy little noodle puppets and then get expensive and fancy lighting and equipment and make noodles make out. That was very fun for us. So here are the characters. We have Mac, the main character. He is inspired by McReady from The Thing. Then we have the Big Cheese, who is the head of the Mafia Don. Alfredo, and then Rigatoni.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm the art director. So as you guys have seen, the Noodle Mafia is a very serious mob story that also just happens to take place in a cozy Italian grandmother's kitchen with a cast of various pastas and a ball of cheese. So though the characters in the world are very silly, we wanted to keep the visual style pretty serious. So we took a lot of inspiration from movies like The Godfather and Touch of Evil.
Hello, Cho again. I'm one of the modeling leads who modeled these yummy noodly friends. If you see the left corner, that's how the Mac's gonna be changed after he boiled it. And although the character have a unique cartoony style and silhouette, I tried to keep in mind they all modeled by pasta or cheese. Also, they had to make sure like everything is possible to be used by rigging people.
Hi, I'm Divi, and I'm one of the rigging leads. My team consists of Jesse and Michael, and we were tasked on rigging all of the characters in this film solely for the purpose of making the characters move in a way that feels both smooth and natural. We used advanced skeleton for most of the body rigs, but we've done a unique approach by creating custom eyes and mouth rigs in order to achieve the right controls going with the look of the film.
Hi, I'm Kushbri, and I'm the environment modeling lead for Noodle Mafia. Our films included 2 sets, the first being the Big Cheese's office. And this office is inspired by the Godfather's office, and it's set inside of a bread box. And all the furniture is made up of cheese and various kitchen appliances. We exaggerated the silhouettes of the objects to maintain the cartoony style of the film. And our second set is the grandmother's kitchen, which is to human scale, unlike the office, which is the scale of little pastas. And though it's a standard kitchen, we kept the shapes of the assets exaggerated and round to stay on style.
Hello everyone, I'm Alyssa, and I'm also the look deputy lead for Noodle Mafia. As we keep working away on the film, we plan to have a 2D vintage style cookbook look for the textures and shaders. Here you can see a 2D style frame of what we intend to achieve with the rest of the film, which shows off an oil pastel-like texture for the rest of the assets. The stylized prop, modeling, and look will be contrasted by realistic lighting and the serious tone of the film altogether.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm the VFX lead for Noodle Mafia as well. I'm working with Kushpreet and Mel to achieve the effects our film requires, which is mainly boiling water, bullet trails, and shattering pasta. We wanted to mix 2D and 3D effects, so we decided to make the bullet trails 2D while everything else is 3D. Since the boiling water is the most important effect, we made some tests, which you can see on the right side. And for reference, we're taking inspiration mainly from Ratatouille, Sausage Party, and Arcane. And we used Maya Houdini for our tests, and next semester we'll keep on refining them.
Thank you very much, and a clap for my team.
Okay, and now it's time for some audience participation, Q&A or critique. We got one down front there.
Down front, one over there.
So when you say that the
furniture is made out of pasta and cheese, that has like some implications, and I'm wondering if anybody thought about that, or if it's just like, do I get answers, or?
The idea behind this is that the big cheese is a very bad man, and he'll do whatever takes. And he likes to keep trophies.
That's messed up.
Hi, I absolutely loved your film so far. I love all the puns, they were delicious. I do want to state that, like, as a little bit of a feedback, especially for when the Noodle Mac comes out of the pot, maybe try to like up the angle a little bit so it's more gravitas to that situation, especially since no one was expecting him to make it. Try to like up the drama for it, for sure. Especially since like with your visually, it looks great. I think it'll like translate really well, but like just push the camera a little bit more, and I think to add that tension for that moment is my only like feedback.
Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been, for that shot, there's been so many different like, okay, how do we push it even more? And so, yeah, I totally agree that we need to push again and again and again. Cool. Is this everyone? Yeah, Rui?
There's one.
Check. I'm almost uncomfortable to say this, but for people that have seen Scarface, when macaroni comes out of the pot with the pasta, if he were to say, "Meet my noodle friends," I don't know, just.
There was definitely more puns, but we were told to keep it serious, just for a few seconds in the film.
I think Milo had a question, maybe?
I saw because you have the style cards of when he's gonna get boiled, but are you gonna have that where it's kind of like low light, seedy, still kind of like city vibes? Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I was thinking, because I was wondering if it was gonna be in daylight in the Leica, but yeah, it'd be cool if it's like very Chicago street, scary shit.
What we're gonna be doing, obviously, right now it's very bright because it's not rendered, but in the future, especially in the kitchen scene, the only light will be the light from the stove, so it'll be very dramatic and dark.
Cool, very nice.
Thank you, Milo.
Okay, that's it. We got one more. Quick. You gotta go quick.
Sorry. Just like to add to the suspense of him coming out of the pot, I think it would be great if they're like, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" I feel like there wasn't a sense of him being soft. Like I think it'd be great if he fell from the pot and we hear like a splat, and then he crawls up. I don't know. That's it.
Yeah, I think I would like to make him even softer, so I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Noodle Mafia. Thank you. All right, we're gonna pull up our first 2D director now. So give it up for Rana Belal. Rana Belal.
Hi, my name is Rana Belal. I am the director and storyboard lead for Varnish and PK, Killers at Large. So Varnish and PK, Killers at Large, is about guns, violence, explosions, assassins versus spies. I watched a lot of action movies over the summer break, so this is sort of what came of it. Thank you.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Varnish, PK, gear up. Your mission is to assassinate Agent Chiseltip. the single greatest international super spy the world has ever seen. Shit, oh my god, fuck. Ahem. Due to unforeseen circumstances, you are the only ones who can take on this hit. Huh? It will be far more lucrative than you're used to. But also much riskier. Stay focused. Remember your training. And PK? What gun is that?
Wow.
Ah, 2 more assassins. Who else is the guild sending to their doom? Varnish and PK.
PK?
Is this the guild's idea of a joke?
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun. What are you doing? What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
Enough! You wasted my time and you're too dense to know when to quit. Fine, I'll humor you. I'll give you one final chance to shoot me. Predictable. There's honor in dying at the hands of the world's greatest spy. I'll show you how it's done.
Thank you, thank you. Come on up, team. Come on up, team. And we're going to throw it. Presidential panel. Assassins at large.
So I watched a lot of Saturday morning cartoons growing up as a kid, and this took me back to those cartoons. The very appropriate and judicious use of sound effects to add kind of a comedic element to the otherwise incredibly violent things that are going on with blood, holes going through people's heads. Yet it was all lightened up by those nice sound effects. So it really took me back. I really enjoyed it. Thanks.
Same here. I really liked the juxtaposition of the innocent type sounds the main characters were making and the lighthearted music, and then a bullet hole through the forehead at a surprising time. So I thought the story was really provocative as well. The journey of these two looking for this assassin, this deadly assassin, and then the ending I liked as well.
I love a good storyline that you can follow. And this one wasn't that, but what I loved about it is it kept you guessing all the time. Every time I thought this is not going to get any more ridiculous than what I'm watching right now, it did in a really, really, really good way. So to David's point, the sound effects are brilliant in this ultra-violent story with just the most friendly bubblegum wonderful sounds. The juxtaposition is great all the way through it. Really well done. And I'm not sure what the story was in the end, but it's okay because the journey was more important than to any takeaways, morals, etc. that might have been buried in there.
Thank you so much.
Bad cops, damn.
Wow, okay.
Okay, well, so loved it. You guys have a very high energy film here, and you guys kept that out throughout the film. I do love the setup and payoff of the recoiler gun, and like how it was set up as like, yeah, this isn't really a weapon you should take to an assassination attempt because what does it do? And then in the end, it completely bites Chiseltip in the ass, which is great. As for feedback, I think you guys have name cards in there that kind of explain who these characters are and what their deal is. I think the timing for the first two is okay. Watch out for Chiseltips. I found that it went by way too fast, that I couldn't actually read her info in there. So I know it's all about like, at this point, you're trying to shave down the Leica so much so that you meet time requirements. But once you get to actual production, make sure that that bit has time to breathe so that we can actually take in that info.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you.
Yep.
So if I remember correctly, I believe in the first reading week, there was voice work for the two characters. Is that right? Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah, there used to be, they didn't have like lines. They just kind of made noises. But now we are using like Vocaloid software.
Oh my gosh,
So
Miku? No.
Yeah, like Hatsune Miku or like Bee and Puppycat. Puppycat uses Vocaloid. So we kind of, our biggest problem was just like, or like in terms of voices, was just like they sounded too human. And we needed them to be like, I guess, creature-esque.
Yeah, my point. I was gonna say that was a good choice. So I'm good on you guys for going with that route because it really plays into the unorthodox. Because you think super agents, they're so sly and they're always like cunning, like James Bond or whatever. So I think that was a good choice. And also works well with the physical. I think there's something about hearing like little squeaky toys like getting thrown around. It just hits differently. For feedback. Specifically with the gun with the recoiler, PK made that, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So I might suggest that during the line where their boss is kind of like talking, like PK, like what gun is that? I might suggest to add maybe a line or two of like, is this another one of your inventions as kind of like background banter before Varnish, shoots the screen, just to make sure that the audience kind of locks in like, this is a gun that's not regulated. This is a gun that is once again unorthodox. since it's kind of a little bit of a plot point with why Chiseltip is like, oh, this gun is, you're just using it wrong, but no, they're using it right. You know, so yeah, but overall, I liked it. Good job. Yeah, thank you so much.
I second both of their comments on the intro. It could use some rearranging because I'm getting a bit lost during the character introductions plus the gun. That's a lot of animation, guys. It's so much animation. Your team is huge, so you can probably handle all of that, but there's so much action going on. Chiseltip, I love her character, but I'm very confused why she would let them go to the washroom at all, or why she would use the gun that's clearly defective. Those are probably key story points that you can't fix right now, like that's pretty integral, but it's just a very silly, fun ride. And though that, if she's a smart villain that's just making bad choices for the sake of progressing the story, cool, move into that energy, but yeah, I just don't understand why she would do that.
Go off of that too, maybe you can really ham up her cockiness and kind of like, oh, you're done, your tittle time, or like very condescending, like to really push that. She really thinks very lowly of them, so you can be like, oh, she let her guard down, you know, to play into that aspect. But you know, it's up to you guys.
We definitely, I would not consider dialogue my strong suit, so I definitely would want to like go back and tweak a few things. Chiseltip is meant to be sort of a egotistical character, so that would be our reason why she would be like, yeah, I can shoot the gun, I can do it.
Make her meaner, make her meaner.
Oh, make her meaner.
Ramp up the mean.
All right, so thank you panels. We're gonna roll into our presentation. Good luck.
First off, we have a huge team, and I'd like to introduce two of our absentee.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm the assistant director and rigging lead, and I'm very happy I'm working on this film.
Hello, I'm Elena, and I am the production manager, editor lead, and audio lead for Varnish and PK. I'm also in the storyboard team, and I am looking forward to how the film ended up.
Okay, now in real life. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm the character design lead.
Hi, I'm Jade. I worked on the design team this semester, and I'll be one of the animation leads next semester.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm the layout lead.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm the art director for Varnish and PK.
Hi, I'm Minji, and I'm the other rigging lead.
I'm Chris, and I'm prop lead and layout co-lead.
Hi, I'm Mel, and I'm the editing and comp lead.
Hi, I'm Hariam, and I'm the effects lead along with Arusha.
Howdy, I'm Lee. I did rigging this semester, and next semester I'm going to be the other Annie lead.
Hi, I'm Devin, and I do rigging and animation.
Hi, I'm Kendra, and I'm marketing lead.
Hi, I'm Cordell. I did storyboarding, and I'll be doing rigging next semester.
Wow, we actually overcompensated for this panel, so I'm just going to start talking. So for Varnish and PK, it's, again, heavily inspired by a lot of like action movies and Saturday morning cartoons. I personally grew up with like Powerpuff Girls and like Ben 10, so there's just a lot of influence there. With, I think with like, yeah, there we go. Bullet Train's up there. For comedy, Bullet Train and Punch Punch Forever was a big one. And I'm the story lead as well. You just watched our storyboard, thank you. And we basically had our script and we kind of just went up to boarding.
So here are our characters in color this time. So this is how they'll look in the final after like semester 1, once they're animated. We also have some of our explorations at the top, which we did on Magma. Yeah.
This page is all of the color explorations that we did for the characters. This took many, many hours and a really, really long Discord call, and we all went crazy.
So we have many location designs, and many of them is based off of the style of Star versus the Forces of Evil, which is very asymmetrical and mindless. So yeah.
Yeah, this is the current color script. We tried to keep things moody and exciting because this is a story about assassins and super spies. And look at all the green, because Chiseltip, wow.
Hi, so I'm the rigging lead, and our animation is rigged animation, which is like, so it's also rigged like 3D animation, but it's different because it's 2D and we're flat. So we don't have skeletons, but instead we have deformers where we deform the drawings, and it's a lot of fun. It makes it animating a little bit quicker and faster because you don't have to draw everything, and yeah.
These are our gun props. I designed the recoiler, PK's gun, and Mel and Ophelia designed the other two, and I worked with them to kind of fine-tune them for 3D modeling.
All right, sound and editing was done by me, Elena, and John, and then all of the music that you heard was composed by Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. We did it in Premiere Pro, and like we said before, the Vocaloids are PK and Varnish, so they're voice synthesizers.
I was responsible for the explosion concepts.
And I'm also the effects lead as well, so I did some of the effects gun concepts art for our film. Thank you!
Oh, that's it. Beautiful. And now to the gallery, which coincidentally is about the same size as the crew. But audience, take it away.
Thank you. So I noticed that you have kind of references to many different animation styles. For example, when the characters fall, they have like the spinning stars above the head. And also I noticed that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference. So are you planning to keep that in your final animation? Is it going to be like a combination of all different styles, or are you going to stick with one?
For the most part, like JoJo and the little birdie guys, yeah, I would consider that part of our style. We are going to keep them. We kind of have a big team, so we were like, oh, you know, we can do that.
Awesome choice. I love it a lot. The story in the film, it looks great.
Thank you so much.
I noticed that for Varnish's character or color scheme, you use complementary colors. I think that there's just not enough contrast. Like if you were to turn it to grayscale, as someone who's like seeing the film for the first time, it's kind of hard to distinguish them as the main character. Like other characters in the film are like very distinctive compared to the main character. So I would maybe use a neon color or more lighter and darker colors to add more contrast. But the complementary colors did look really good.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense because we actually were, once again, we struggled the most, I think, with like colors in our film. So that, yeah, those two fought us as we were coloring them.
Hello. Yeah. First of all, I loved the film, like absolutely amazing storyboard. And I wanted to ask, like the entire pavilion sort of like collapses at the end. So if there was like a setup in the first half that sort of pays off as well, it would sort of like tie up all the loose ends. Because like the collapse of the tower happens as a result of them being thrown around. But if there was a setup, I feel like it would sort of balance it out.
Yeah, I can see that. The manner like falling was a very last minute kind of bit that we threw in because we thought it was funny at the time. But yeah, we'll build it up like in the next version of the Leica.
Thank you.
We have time for one more from the gallery, I think.
Gracie.
Second row.
Okay, I think overall it was really well executed. I think the gags worked out really well, and they were, in my opinion, set up pretty good. I think one very specific thing that I thought was their bus flotation, like plane thing, was working way too well. So I think it could be like it could, yeah. So that's just one specific thing I could suggest, but yeah, good job, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. One more quick one. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I love how every single time I see the storyboard, it gets like a little bit funnier. It's a lot of changes. I love the way whoever did like the poses, the action poses, somebody cooked here. And I just wanted to ask, this is back from at the beginning. I remember there was a change. I think when they exited the room, they tried out the gun and it shot them backwards. I noticed you guys don't do that anymore. Like, what is the reason?
So in during sequence week, that was the case, that they shot the gun out of the bus, but then we'd be shooting the gun a lot. So we kind of just like kept it for the first action sequence.
And it worked. Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Okay, thanks so much. That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Don't you want to kind of see them all cram into the same taxi cab?
Yeah. Clown
Okay.
car.
And now it's time to introduce our next director of Cuckoo d'Etat, Justin Cheng.
Hello, my name is Justin Cheng. I'm the director of the Chronicle of the Cuckoo d'Etat. This idea came to me over the summer when I was reading a lot of Freud for a personal project. It's about family, it's about love, it's about jealousy, but it's also about fleshy baby birds and also big castles. My team worked very hard on this film, this Leica. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
Hector! How could they? They were our brothers!
They were weak. he shared his food to satiate thy ceaseless gluttony. Cease will match thy tune, despite thy flawed tone. Foolish! Enough!
None deserve mother's love but I!
Thou art a disgrace, a coward, a traitor! Thou deserve not to be my brother. Farewell, Hector.
Well, just let that one set in for a bit. Come on up, team. Come on up, you bunch of weirdos. Give it up for these guys.
Howdy. Oh, it's bright up here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, President's panel.
Well, I'm very sad. I thought it might turn out a little bit better. But a couple of things I really loved. I love the opening scene where I love the framed in the big window and a very expressive kind of big sigh when he puts his head down. That was very, I was worried after the first three that, that one wasn't going to have any blood, so I was thankful that he was walking down the hall and slicing people. And there was one really neat scene where I think his face was reflected in the swords as he walked by. That was just really cool. So there's some great animation in there. But yeah, it's a sad story.
Yeah, that was really dark, really dark. I thought I love the choreography of the fight scene. I love the last shot as he's, disappearing. I heard the audience gasp a couple of times at the ending, that surprise, because it looked like things were going to be okay, and then they really, really weren't. I'm
glad.
I'm very glad.
But I really liked the composition of some of the shots. It was really imaginative, and it really drove the story forward.
Yeah, that was dark. And I was waiting for the funny moment that never happened. But it was good. Like it's this great story where we really get engaged with the characters by the end of it. I like the storytelling devices you were using with the panels, the way you were using the panels for flashback, panels for a moment of a story. You break the walls of the panel and move forward. So there's some really dramatic storytelling and camera work happening through the piece that I really appreciated.
Thank you. And alumni, your commentary on this lighthearted fair.
I
love a dark drama, so I'm all for it. I was all in there. I love it. I love the atmosphere that you guys have built. Love the tension, especially in the beginning. You can't. There's like barely any music until it kicks in later. It's great. I also extremely love the creative use of the comic panels to assist with telling the story. To that end, though, I would, because there were definitely some parts where I thought that there were I think there was way too many comic book panels on the scene that I didn't know exactly where to look. That, especially those things, I think the one thing that keeps coming back to me is, that scene where he opens the ripped journal or book or whatever, and then you have a panel showing the exact same thing, just a close-up, and then 2 other panels describing some other thing. It just made me wonder, must you show that ripped book close-up again? Is there gonna be some kind of important information there, like something written there? Or is it just a close-up for the sake of being a close-up? Because if you remove that panel, then you can focus more on the other 2 moments that come after it. So really love what you guys are doing with the panels. Yeah.
Thank you, absolutely. That's something that was brought up before, and we are trying to figure out something to do with that, but thank you.
I really like how you grab us right in with the title card, because a good film's gonna be good when it hits you with the quote from old quote. And I also I really like just the quietness of the first half, because it really builds on that curiosity of what the heck is going on here, with the birds and everything. But I feel like once the dialogue naturally does come in, it's oh, I guessed right. That was what was going on. So a very, very good way to build suspense. Your team did a really good job with that. Not really a suggestion, but it's kind of I guess, curiosity. But where is Mama Bird in all this? What is she up to?
Mama Bird is not really a character in this film. She functioned more as an idea that Hector, the Cuckoo brother, is trying to attain. We don't want her to be a real character that we have to flesh out motivation and stuff, because for Hector, it's just a vague sense of motherly love and belonging and all that.
And all that jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Love this one. Hamlet meets Dark Souls meets Chicken Little. Awesome. First off, there are a few moments that I could see giving a bit more breath to. So definitely the quote in the beginning disappears too quickly. I think it could fade away slowly when it goes up.
Right.
In the beginning, when they're showing the family tree, I think there's an opportunity to show the brothers in there as well, to get that idea that there is a large family. So looking across the brothers and then landing on Hector. And then I think one specific moment of the flashback of the brother playing the guitar, something about doing a tune to, even though his voice was terrible. I think those moments, those emotional moments, deserve a bit more time to breathe, to show that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure Onda loved all the bird violence too. So.
All right, thank you, gang. All right, we're going to go into the presentation.
Starts with Matt.
Hello everybody, I'm Matthias Marcos. I am the storyboard lead and voice actor for Hector in the Leica of the Chronicle of Cuckoo. At the time of me recording this, I am currently at home sick with pneumonia and COVID, and finishing up the Leica as well as schoolwork, so I can't be here in person to tell you how wonderful it's been working on this Leica. And from that, it sounds like it's been a very rough couple of weeks, but I couldn't go on without the support and collaboration of my wonderful board team. I want to give a huge thanks to Joe, Claire, Milo, Hannah, Sam, Brian, Jen, and Julia. Everyone had such creative and wonderful input during the process, but what really made it work was that we all had the same clear vision for the film, and I think it really shows how amazing it was in the final product. I couldn't ask for a better team to help me out in these difficult times. I am also so proud of what the Cuckoo team has put together to inspire us to make the best Leica we could have ever boarded. And I want to say thank you for watching our Leica. I hope you really liked it, and I'll see you guys soon.
Hi, I'm the Junie of the group. I'm also the art director and sound design lead. So, what does an art director do? I basically take all the assets of the film, like character design, layout, and props, and make sure that they look like they're part of the same film. So obviously, that's what I've been doing every time I look at our Discord. And for sound design, that's kind of what the room looks like. A little bit, that's what the editing looks like. That's not mine. But basically, it's just adding a bunch of sounds together and making sure that it sounds realistic and dynamic, while also making sure it's not too loud for the audience. A lot of the sounds you hear is actually 4 or 5 more sounds mashed together. And thank you, Lynn, for our amazing music. It was gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Milo. I'm the character designer on our film. This is our main cast lineup with the brothers and the mother to the right. We wanted to go for this kind of like Mike Mignola Hellboyish style, so this was our explorations trying to hit that. Our team did a really good job. Very proud of them. I think we landed in a really good place. That's the mother's old design. We landed on this little softer version for her.
I'll be speaking on behalf of my lovely prop lead, Abby. But everyone did a very good job putting these beautiful props together. We worked very hard to put a lot of egg theme into the props. I want to say thank you to Danny, Gracie, Paige, Junie, Electra, Milo, and Hannah for all of your hard work. These look beautiful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Hannah, background lead. And so in order to match with the show style, we wanted to use a mix of mid-tones and solid black shadows when rendering. And since the film takes place in one building, we wanted to make sure to use elements like pillars, arches, the eggs, hawthorn leaves, just to make sure everything looks like it's part of the same area. For example, wanting to make it look more distinct as well, Dunnick's room is smaller because he's a small guy. Hector's room is bigger and uses, okay.
Okay. I'm Gracie, rigging lead for Cuckoo d'Etat, and these are all the rigs, we have more, rigs that we have been working on. Yeah, it's my job to take Milo's and Justin's creations and bring them into harmony and give them the ability to move and be able to be animated. So far, I've been very happy with my role. I love my team, and yeah, I really believe that we're gonna get really far. Okay, yeah.
Excellent. And thoughts from our esteemed gallery? Jim?
I'm just going to throw this out too. At the beginning, when he's walking along and there's flashbacks of how the brothers died, did you guys get it that it was somebody else killing them, or did you think that he was walking through with a sword killing people? Is that clear? Not clear? Okay, thank you. Zeb. Take mine, Zeb.
So I thought the visuals were really, really cool. I love sword and sorcery, so that was always going to grab me. It's really dark, it's nasty, it's funky. The action was really good. I think the bird theming in terms of the structure works well, and I think it's fun. It's creepy having these baby bird-looking warriors kind of going at it. I could have sworn we were going to end when the final bird falls, we were going to cut to like a real nest, and we were just going to see one bird left behind and the mother showing up to feed it. Like the symbology of these birds fighting for life, and then the one survives and then gets the worm, and it just ended in black, and I went, and the nest, nope, we never had it. That really, really surprised me, because you've got the bird theme throughout, so I was waiting for a bird payoff, and it's just a pure Hamlet, like Shakespearean, Wagnerian kind of payoff, and that surprised me. So, yeah.
Yeah, the point of view character is Dunnock, the main character, so when he died, the story is over. There's nothing after that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, otherwise the bird theme just seems to sort of end also. Like
Right.
It doesn't really have there's no cool. Like that was the one thing I was a little bit thrown off by.
The initial bird quote, was it a bird pun? Like the Cernius hornbill?
That's a made-up quote.
Yeah, but still, it was hornbill. That's why I'm asking.
Yes. Yeah, it's a pun. Yes.
Yeah.
I had, first of all, amazing. That was show-stopping, brilliant, spectacular. The sound design was incredible. The storytelling was fantastic. I did notice in the storyboards, though, in the beginning, you did have like a different aspect ratio compared to the rest of the film, and I wonder if there's any like symbolism to that.
Well, do you want to talk about it? Okay. Well, we want to use a smaller aspect ratio at the beginning because we want to emulate like the of old movie vibe, but we also expand the aspect ratio during the fight scene, so the fight scene can look bigger and have more space to act.
I think it worked out really good. It's super cool.
Thank you.
Hi. Justin? What? Oh.
Yes.
Justin, I understand you are a print media enjoyer. I
Yes.
feel like that really shined through with the paneling, but I feel like there was a bit of missed opportunity with it because you're bringing in all these windows for us to see other parts of the shot, and then once it cuts, they all clear. So I feel like maybe having some of those panels persist through between the cuts of the shots could maybe not only give people more time to parse what's inside of those panels, but also just take better advantage of this cool visual style that you're using for your film.
Yeah, we'll consider that. Thank you.
Over here. Hi. I just wanted to say it's a really beautiful style, and I really enjoyed the story, and it was great. I just wanted to give a comment on the quote at the beginning. You had 3 sentences that were all on one panel.
Right.
And I think it might benefit in order to give people time to actually read it, to do 3 separate panels, maybe fade between them.
Mhm.
And it also will give more time to set the mood and table for the pacing of the film.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that's all the time we have right now. Thank you, guys. But we're going to keep moving on. So, thank you, guys. All right, we're going to bring up our last director of the night, Alex Newbigging. Come on up. Tell us about your film. Oh, boy.
Hi everyone, I am Alex. I'm the director of this next film. It's called Konquering the Klobmartians. We have this belief that aliens are more advanced than us, they have better technology than us, and they're more intelligent than us. And this idea was born out of the question, what if aliens were just as dumb and trashy as we are? And just to very simply put, this is a story about a rich intergalactic family in outer space, and they're throwing their daughter a birthday party. Shout out to my team. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
It's my birthday! Everyone is having so much fun, except for someone. I'm not having fun. Darling, it's time for your surprise birthday gift! It's a planet! With beaches, hot alien babes, and Botox! Oh my god, I love it! My planet's bigger. Shut up, Tiffany!
I'm Pluto, and that is my planet!
Hello, friend.
Oh. Did you see that, son?
Whatever. You're not my real dad. Klobthor? You're mine. No, Klobthor. Date me. We can rule the planet together. He's mine! Mine! Hands off him, bitch. Whore! He's mine. Date me or I'll kill your son.
You were trying to kill my son? Just to date me? Why?
Darling, it's your birthday. Don't be upset. Why don't you take a look at your planet? It's poor and ugly. This is the worst birthday ever!
Yeah, I conquered the planet, and I stole all its riches. I made it ugly.
Sorry, Klobthor. I have to make a decision. And that's when I made a decision. I have to kill you. I had to kill him. No one ruins my sister's birthday except for me. Sis, I'm sorry. It's your birthday and I was being a jerk. Take it. Aw, he was your boyfriend. You keep it. Whoopsie! Whoopsie!
TV dinner. All right, come on up, gang. President's panel. You got your blood you wanted. You wanted more blood. We gave you more blood.
Yeah, no, 5 for 5. That's great. I'm starting to wonder what's going on in the classrooms these days. But love the animation. So much fun. That scene of one of the Kardashians crying was that her animate. That was perfect.
Klobmartians.
Yes, yeah. I can't say that. That's why. No, I just thought it was a ton of fun and really nicely presented. So thank you.
Thank you.
I thought it was hilarious. We were cracking up the parts where one of the sisters was speaking to camera like, "I'm not having fun." Like, that was just hilarious. And I think you really captured the essence of a Martian Kardashian. They were maybe a little too smart, but other than that, I thought they were fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I loved it. I loved that you were poking fun at the whole Kardashian empire. And I loved the cutaways to the interviews. The cutaways to the interviews made it. If I had anything to add, a few more of those. They had us giggling every single time. Really well done.
Alumni feedback on this riveting documentary.
Listen, it's campy, it's fun, it's great, it's everything you could ever want. So it's great. Good job, guys. I think one of my main feedbacks is I was a little confused on how Klobthor's son got to Tiffany. So I think maybe just a little like, cause like we last see him, he's like leaning on the rocket ship, and then the next time we see him, he's within arm's reach of Tiffany for her to be able to pull him up. So maybe there could be like an added little moment of, I don't know, while the sisters are fighting, Klobthor's son like comes over and starts snapping pictures of them, and then Tiffany can like grab him then, or something similar to that, just to kind of tie the two moments together. But other than that, great job.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate your take on trash television. And also, as someone who has a younger sister, I think the sister dynamic really works, especially with the, I can make fun of you, but no one else can, right? Same with the character shape language and design. It's really nice, it's really nice to see boobs of all sizes and stuff, but it works really well with the story, the kind of energy you're going for. For feedback, I realized, or I noticed within the middle section of the film, I think we lost a bit of that reality TV kind of sit-down interview, because it happens in the beginning, and then there's kind of a pause without any ones really coming up, and then it goes back to it after Tiffany's like, I'm gonna kill him, or whatever. So for my suggestion, maybe moments of when Tiffany's like, my planet's bigger, you can just do like a hard cut to just, what's the other sister's name again?
There's Candace and Tiffany.
Yeah, Candace, of just being like, and then it just cuts right to her being like shut up. And also maybe before, I hate saying this, but after the blood bulge shot, I think there's a good opportunity for the sisters kind of like oogling over, that hunk of a man, like, oh, am I allowed to say that on television? But I think hamming it up just a tiny bit more will really give that oomph. Same with the camera movements. I know it's a Leica, so doing all those camera shakes, you don't have to do it now, but once you get into it, I think it'd be cool to see how you guys play around with the shaky cams, like when they're fighting, or how you do the zoom-ins with like kind of the forced blurring to kind of make it feel raw when it's like the action, right? But overall, I would watch this, honestly. So good job, guys, good job.
Thank you.
I agree with adding more cutaways to really sell that reality TV flair. There are some slight pacing issues with some scenes that I would take a second look at, like the title card in the beginning for the
Klobmartian.
Yes, that. And also when she's showing the planet, I noticed like a tiny second of like a spaceship coming from the planet when it first gets revealed. It's really quick, so I don't really catch that. I think you're intending for the spaceship to start coming, but I think that could be left to when she turns around and yells at her sister of saying shut up, like having that breathe a little bit and having the spaceship zoom start to come in then. I think that would sell it a bit more clearly, but otherwise, really good trashy TV. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Presentation time. And it's presentation time.
Okay, so Konquering of the Klobmartians. These are my very, very first sketches of this idea. When I came up with this idea, I was like, I want to just forget about all the fundamentals I've learned about drawing, and I just want to draw like quote unquote badly. Like, how can I do that? So I did a lot of psychedelics, and then I just started doodling. Oh yeah, so it was, I took like, we were talking about this. Okay, so the top row is like my final design that I did last year, and then the bottom row is what I decided to pitch for to my classmates when I wanted to promote this idea of the story. Yeah, so I basically, I took those two sisters and then I just combined them to one. I changed that white guy, made it Klobthor, so we had like a villain, and yeah.
Hi, I'm the production manager. I made a lot of calendars and made sure all this stuff could happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alexander. I was the art director. It's there eventually. I mostly work on making sure that all of the film has like proper stylistic cohesion. Klobmartians has a lot of weird stuff going on. So trying to make sure that all of those parts come together was my main responsibility. A big help with that is color, but this is black and white, so you can't see it yet, but I swear it's there.
Okay. Wait for my slide's not there yet. I'm gonna start. I'm Zoe. I did a lot of things. I had 3 lead positions, which didn't really know what I was getting myself into. So I was a story lead, sound lead, and editor. And I need my notes. So story lead was kind of crazy. Like, I'd done a lot of storyboarding, but I never led a team before, so it was kind of less like boarding and more like directing. But I'm so grateful to the work of my team. Couldn't have got here without them. And I always act out my poses, so you can see that's me being Candace over on the left. Got to really get into her personality. And what else? Sound. Sound was a lot. Yelling like a bro, squishy noises, and a lot of EDM. Final editing was a mix of fun and hell, 48 hours of intensity and software meltdowns, and I'm out of time.
Hi, I'm Risa. I'm the animation lead, but I'm here to speak for Samar. He is the character designer who can't be here right now, but he would want you to know that he had so much fun working on these characters, and that something that was really important to him was that they were funny just to look at. Not even when they're moving around or like doing any of the funny jokes that we have written, but just looking at them, and I think he did a great job. I'm also speaking for Signy. Signy is our amazing rigging lead. Rigging is such a technical job, and Signy does it so fast and so well. We're always blown away by how fast they can rig a character. And I'll just do my bit about myself. I'm Risa, I'm animation lead, so I don't have a lead role in pre-production, but I've just been helping out around the production. Yeah, thank you.
Hi there, y'all. I think I take it from here. Yeah, so hi, my name is Emily Kamenov, and I was background lead. So our biggest thing that we had to do is figure out the location design. We focused on using a lot of asymmetrical shapes. We called back to the early 2000s. Any Total Drama Islands fans here? Yeah, there we go. Lots of geometry, and also a great sleep schedule. Thank you to everyone who came. Thank you to the fantastic team. And yeah, passing back to you.
And feedback from our esteemed gallery. Right there, dead center.
Hi. I just have one suggestion, so it was really fun. For the part where Klob's son gets like kidnapped by Tiffany, he's like about to die. I think it'd be really funny if he also had a reaction, just going like, "Oh, whatever," like, cause like he's about to get killed, but he's like, you know, in this stage of life, and he's like, "Oh, whatever, I don't care," or something like that. That'd be really fun if something like that was in. Yeah.
Thank you.
Gracie, you want to just shout it?
I can be your mom. You don't know what like a traditional woman is like. I wonder what you guys did with that part.
So I decided to take that part out just because the runtime was getting too long, and it felt like we had 2 separate endings, and it just didn't feel necessary. Plus, it kind of made the direction go towards Klobert, and it was like, well, Klobert isn't a character that I care about. I don't want you to know. I don't want you to think about him. I don't want you to care about his feelings or what happens to him. Like, yeah, he loses his planet. He loses his stepdad. We don't care. We care about Tiffany and Candace. That's where it's at.
Yeah, Klobert hater.
I'm thinking about killing Klobert altogether.
Oh,
it's just FYI.
Super awesome. All right, yeah, no, but that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, the humor in the film was really, really good, so solid. I think I agree with one of the comments earlier about it losing a bit of the like interview aspect of it, or like the reality TV aspect. So I think if we have like a few more scenes of those like cutaway interviews, maybe involving some of the other characters as well, because it seems like it was mainly just the sister, and I would like to know more of how like some of the other characters feel as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think that if this were to become like I want this to be like a TV show, then every character will have their own moment in front of the camera to talk. Like Klob would come up and he would be like, I don't know what's going on. Like these girls are just arguing over me, and like I just wanted to take a planet. Like what's going on? But yeah, I think it's just gonna be limited towards Kifney and Candace, and then maybe the mom will make an appearance or something like that. Thank you.
I feel like the whole thing's going like in a great direction. I'm a big fan of the whole thing. I think maybe for some of the more action shots, there should be more like shaky cam, because it wasn't planned that, there'd be so much movement. I don't know if you've seen like action scenes in like the Kardashians. It's like someone's chasing them with a camera. Yeah, I think that would be great to add to it.
I agree. We're gonna have so much shaky cam. It's gonna be so shaky. Everyone's gonna be so sick watching their film.
I have kind of just suggestions, is because
Last question too.
Yeah, because like I'm watching, so I love the TikToks people make of like parodying the Kardashians, where it's just like, I have a thing now, and then they like do a little ditty and they like play a song and just run off. And so I feel like if you're able to like either reach out to like some TikTok people who do those parodies and get them to voice act, that would be so sick. And then also maybe make like parody Kardashian soundtracks too. That would be really, really good. But yeah.
Thank you. Those are great ideas. I don't know what you're talking about, the TikTok thing, so I need to find that out. I need to figure that out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, team. Well, that wraps things up in a nice little package, don't it, Davey?
Indeed it does, and let's have a big round of applause for all of our Artur filmmakers. And wish them a happy second semester.
Thank you.
I want the Amazon link to where they got those glasses.
So thanks, guys. That's the end of our podcast so far. We're going to get to work over the holiday season and all next semester, and we're going to have fully fleshed out, ready to go cartoons in April. We're going to have another screening. We'll have another live stream, so if you're watching at home, we'll see the final cartoons then. So thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, for commenting, and for making these cartoons even better.
Yes, and thank you to my co-host, Barnabas.
And thank you to Dave. Thank you, folks. Thank
And
you to all the folks that helped us live stream as well once more, and we'll see you around.
And good night from Seneca Polytechnic Animation, and God bless us, everyone.
Everyone.